So our next project that we're going to be doing is to build this kit here. It's actually a silicon chip project that's put out by Electronics. The kit number is 6032. Now this is suitable for 3-phase motors and for some single-phase motors. So as you can see, there's quite a few components that are associated with this kit. You've got your heatsink and your heatsink rails at the back here. A range of components in the bags, fan, these are your transformers. This is a double-sided board, so there are components that go on this side, which is the vast majority of them, and there's a few components that fit onto the back, including the heatsink. So we've got a fairly comprehensive instruction manual here. It goes through quite a few pages of the construction details, board layouts, etc. They've also given us some reference material with reference to the right components and that are associated with this kit, so that's quite handy to have and interesting. And the other one here is a full circuit layout. So the first part that we're going to be doing is marking out the front of the box. We've got to fit the cable retaining system on. We're also going to put the power connector on and the fan, and on the rear of the box we've got to drill a series of vent holes. So what we're doing here is just putting on some masking tape so we can put our line work on. We found the center line from the top edge here to the bottom, so that's that line going through here, and we're just putting on the other center line that we've got to work with. So what we've done here is we've measured across here to get our right dimensions, and this is square, so we checked that both ways, and that's we're getting a reading of 79 mil, so some odd type of number. So what we've done here is marked all that out on our masking tape, and we'll put our right positions in for our holes. As you can see, we've got our mounting holes in, but we're also got to cut out this middle section to allow airflow through the box, which is what the fan's there for. We obviously can't go right to the edge because that's exactly where the frame of the fan will fit to. So we're going to come in 5 mil, and if I measure that, that gives me about 34 millimeters that I can use, so I'll just set that up to that mark there. So we've come in 5 mil, I'll put that line on there, and now we can cut that circle out. So we marked out our cutout area for the for the airflow for the fan, so we'll cross out that so we know we have to remove that. So the next part we marked up is where the socket has to go. We've got the right dimensions for the drawing here, and we basically transferred those over to the right hand side of the box. So what we're doing here is just getting the diameter of the power cord connection. So we're just getting that just so the outside calipers just slip through comfortably like that. And then you basically just get your ruler to about 15 millimeter. So what we've done here is just laid out the masking tape for the back section. So this is where the holes have got to go in for the air vents, and taking it from this outside edges, we've come in, found the halfway point, and then we've measured back in and divided that out into 15 holes through, which worked out to be 15 millimeters apart. So now we've got the hole positions marked out. What we decided to do is put in an 8 millimeter drill hole, so that's what we'll be putting in each of these positions, and that should allow for plenty of airflow. So the mounting screws are given us for the fan are 3 mil in diameter. So what we're going to do is just put some 3.5 mil holes in first. So we'll just do these smaller holes. Now this is for the power plug. There's a indicator lug on here, or a location lug I should say, and that's what this hole here is for, so we had to make that one 4.5 mil. So what we're going to do now is put the line of holes along here. So the first thing we're going to do is just use a 4 mil drill bit, and we'll go through and start putting the holes through. So we swapped over to the larger drill bit and we finished off the air vent holes. So we got the row of holes through there, so that side's completed. So what we're doing now is putting our starter holes into these positions here, and then we'll put the proper size ones in. So what we're going to do now is we've got our starting holes put in, and we're going to use a jigsaw just to cut out these sections here. So we're just going to do a trial fit. We've got to make sure this lug fits in and that it all goes together. And now we're going to cut out this larger hole here for the fan. As you can see, we've got our vent holes put in for the rear side of the container, and we've got our holes put in for the fan, the cable and the plug. First thing we're going to fit on is the plug. This fits into the back. Screw that goes in there. Firmly, so that's what it looks like in the back. So the next part is for your cable, so it just screws in there like such and tightens up. Get that more tight later, and that's your clamp for your cable when it goes through. Just leave that loose for the moment. Next part is for the fan. Now you've got to be interesting which way you want to put this, because if you put it that way you can't take the filter out and clean it, so I'm going to put it this way so I can take the filter out. Now with your fan, you know, it tells you which way it's going to turn. You've got your arrow, so it's spinning in that direction, so it's taking air in, and it actually shows you that on the little arrow on the top. And that goes in like such. And these got countersunk screws, and they're just nylon screws that are going through, that they've supplied with the kit. And I think they've only done that for the simple fact is you can put these on and then you just trim, cut them off with a pair of side cutters. We've got the cable connection for the power cable, the fan's in place, and the power socket's in place now. So that kind of completes the work that's done on the main part of the body, and what we'll move to now is starting to put together the printed circuit board.